We're going in search of history today on At Your Leisure. I'm Stephen Human. Join me, Max, Elise, and young Sam as we travel across Utah to learn more about our shared pioneer history and why these destinations are worth your time.
From there, you can climb on your ATV with me, Zack, as I preview the newest ATV Jamboree in the West. If you want to discover a whole new area to explore, this is an event you won't want to miss.
Last but not least, Reece finds out sterile fish are a good thing. History, ATVs, and fish, it's a winning combination. At Your Leisure is next. History is all around us, from the urban centers of Salt Lake City to the rural backroads of the Rocky Mountain foothills. That history exists in the form of buildings and stories, old outposts, giving us a link to our past and a better understanding of how our forebears lived, worked, and died. The great thing is we preserved a lot of these spots, and today we're taking you to 3 of the most interesting to discover why there's more to these dusty cabins and weathered monuments than just wood and mortar. And we're starting here at This Is the Place Heritage Park in Salt Lake City, Utah, one of the most authentic pioneer towns you'll ever come across. How about we take a closer look?
Am I shaving off your mustache today?
I'd be a terrible pioneer.
Our mission is to make history enjoyable. So it's the idea to see all this old history and what it took to make something back then, what it took to do something, what life was like, and bring it to us. If you're looking at a house, you're more than likely looking at the original. And it's been relocated here from somewhere in the state. Where else can you sit down with your kid at different locations in this, and just a hands-on experience of craft? The blade rides on the leather.
Oh, and it doesn't
not gets to the thread.
Yeah, so it doesn't cut through the...
Exactly. I start drawing, literally whatever it is I'm going to carve. I will draw it on using the stylus. This is how I get that second stage for the darker colors around the outside. Not to mention the entire Native American piece. You get to walk into a hogan, you get to walk into a teepee, you get to actually sit and visit and learn about their culture.
I know that they were traditionally made out of obsidian.
The Pony Express wanted young, skinny, wiry fellows not over 18, so I think I would be fine with that.
Oh, he's sending you a rose.
Cool.
You're too young to get a rose from an aunt.
I know.
This is Mike and Steve.
This bloom was made in the 1870s.
Why are you so excited to see this house? Is it just because it's pretty?
No, I don't even like the color pink.
Okay, but then so why are you so excited?
Because it's Brigham Young's house.
Okay, you're excited about the history. I like that. What do you think of that doll, Max? It's a creepy doll.
Yes.
We need to know our history. We need to know who we came from, where we came from, why we do what we do, why we say what we say. They always say history repeats itself. The reality is if we don't learn from that, we are bound to make the same mistakes. I mean, how many times has a civilization been annihilated, removed from the face of the earth, and all we have is the archaeology? But if we could at least have the stories, we might understand why they're gone. What happened to them? History is really important.
What did you think was interesting about Brigham Young's house?
That was pink.
You think that was an interesting color choice. What about you, Max?
It was just cool to see all of the different old-fashioned stuff inside it, how they would make clothes.
I think we should get a loom, make you guys start earning your keep. You guys excited to eat?
Yes.
All right, well, we stopped at the Huntsman Hotel where we're about to sit down for a nice pioneer meal of hamburgers and cream soda. Why don't we head off to our travel adventure with Zack.
Hey guys, Zack here. Now, while we had this alone time in the car, I thought I might give you just a little bit of backstory about why I'm so excited for today's travel adventure. About a year ago, I had a chance to do some riding down in Beaver County. On the east side, we took trails through barely blooming spring meadows, and on the west, we rode past towering monoliths in a high desert ecosystem. But truthfully, one of the best parts of the trip were the people that I got to ride with. The Tusher Mountain ATV Club and the residents of Beaver County really do have a passion for where they live. And the love they have for this area is infectious. Now I'm back, riding immaculately cared for trails, previewing an event that will allow you to have the same experience I did while in Beaver County.
Beaver Jamboree will be starting May 16th and it'll last through the 19th. We'll be stationed out of Beaver City and all the rides will leave from there and come back to there every day. We have 6 different rides that we're offering.
So one of the cool things that's awesome about our Jamboree is that these are just local trails that have not been open to the public before. So these are all new trails. So if you haven't ever ridden in Beaver County, it's a totally new experience.
Some of the rides are challenging, but there's nothing that's death-defying, so anybody can ride.
Why should people come down to the Jamboree?
Because we have a lot of things planned that are going to be a ton of fun. I don't know, Zach.
Well, our rides are what the Jamboree is about. We have beautiful country here. We have a lot to offer.
The last day of the Jamboree said they are going to have a lot of prizes being given away. Lots of things to look forward to in addition to the rides. I understand that there's going to be good food and lots of activities to keep everybody busy.
One of the reasons that I enjoy it so much here is because you don't have to use a blinker and merge with traffic on the ATV trails. You're out here and you're out here just with a couple of people. So it makes it really fun, but it doesn't get crowded and overwhelming.
To preview the event, we rode on a newly opened trail that leads straight out of Beaver. No trailering required. Rocky climbs, cool shaded areas, and plenty of water crossings kept the trip interesting.
I came to the middle of this river to get a shot. Now I'm stranded. Oh, there's Phil! Phil's here to save me.
Ultimately, the trail we took landed us at the locally dubbed Picture Rock. Named so because of the ornate, almost symmetrical designs that plaster the stones in this area.
This is one of my favorites. It has a circular pattern to it.
If this is a competition, you might be winning.
Yeah, come here. Hey.
Splashing the rocks with a bit of water brings out a display that would make Cindy Lauper proud. And what I mean by that is, these rocks are showing their true colors. Hidden secrets like these would remain hidden to riders in this area without the knowledge and welcoming spirit of the local ATV club members. The next destination, while not a natural wonder like Picture Rock, still has its appeal and a wealth of local legends surrounding it.
So the gang just brought me to a place called Monkey Fence. I don't know why it's called that. Oh. That makes sense. Why is this happening? Why is the monkey fence here?
Because we wanted you to come out and film it.
So is that why you did this just for me?
Said I've lived here for 38 years and I didn't even know this was here until last year.
I don't want to be that guy, but I think I could have lived 38 years without knowing this was here.
Every time you go out, you learn. You make friends in town and around the county, and a lot of history is given by word of mouth. So you're constantly learning about new places, and that's what this Jamboree is bringing different people from different cultures, different areas, and we all come together and we go on rides and share our experiences.
So don't forget, the Beaver Country Jamboree is going to be May 16th through the 19th, and you can register on beavercountry.com. Well, more at your leisure after the break.
The 9 to 5 here is 5 to 9. We earn our scars. We wear our work ethic. We work until the work's done. And when it is, there's a family to raise, a neighbor to check on, a country to feed. A few hours of shut-eye to rest up for tomorrow, the day will finally get something done.
off-road utility, the completely reinvented Ranger XP 1000. It's got the most power, the largest towing capacity, the highest ground clearance, and the best comfort and storage. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP 1000, the hardest working, smoothest riding Ranger ever built.
Too often we find ourselves in shoes like these, or these. Wouldn't it be nice to change into something more like this, or this? How about these? Put on whatever shoes you prefer and come to Beaver County. We have exactly the adventure you need to put under them. So the next time you want to change out of these, come to Beaver County where you can jump into a pair of these. Beaver County, Utah. Lace up for adventure.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Jordan Wayman, and for this week's product review, we're going to do the Honda Pioneer 500 50-incher. So you can go on any trail in the country and nothing's going to stop you. So let's take it out and I'll prove it. This handles so well, like it's so quick and responsive. And the other cool thing is these paddle shifters are so much fun to shift with. It's way better than having it in automatic and it doing the shifting for you. Way better. One of the cool things about the Honda Pioneer is there's so many accessories you can add for whatever comfort you need. For example, it comes with the 24-inch tire. These are 27s. You're able to put 27s on it. The shocks that come standard with this are great, but you can also have the capability to upgrade to a Walker Evans shock, which is really beefy. And it's already pre-wired for a winch. And the cool thing is this bumper comes standard with the machine. It's ready to go. Add your winch, so if you find someone stuck in the mud, you'll be able to pull them out. As you can see in the back here, we have a dual A-arm coilover suspension. This is the standard shock here. Also, it has your receiver hitch ready to tow. This thing can tow up to 1,000 pounds. Another cool feature is you can get these things street legal. You can get plates for them and all your lights, mirrors. So you can go on or off-road with this machine. Now up here, you can see we have a very large cargo box. The cool thing is the reason why is we have our racks right here, and the rack on the bottom here makes it very easy to put any accessories on here, from cargo racks to cargo boxes to anything that you need for hunting or traveling or whatever you need. It's got a quick release, just like this. You pull these levers, you can get everything on and off. Very simple, very easy to use. So in the front of this thing, I'll open up my little Playmate plastic door to protect my shins. I'm not a big fan of these, but what I am a big fan of is the way this thing drives. This has two ways you can drive it. You can put it in automatic and drive and it'll shift for you, or you can switch it to manual and use your paddle shifters to change your gears, and you can do that for whatever your terrain needs are. The 500 also has a parking brake and it holds really good. You can add so much to this machine. To do that, go down to Stedman's Recreation in Tooele right off of Main Street. They'll get you set up with all the accessories you need. That's been this week's product review. I'm Jordan Wayman. We'll be back with more At Your Leisure right after this.
I've got an idea.
Go, seek, discover what lies beyond. On the entirely new 2018 Gold Wing Tour from Honda.
Like the wheel that you don't use in case if you get a popped wheel. It's kind of like a trunk, but it's different. I don't know. A fifth wheel is a car that has 5 wheels. A wheel could be a full wheel with 5 whales or something.
There's no need to travel far to find that perfect family adventure. Juab County. It'll change your family forever.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We're at our second stop on our historic tour of Utah, and this is one of my personal favorites. This is Cove Fort. It has a great story, wonderful history, and I want to share a little bit of it with you right now. On April 12, 1867, Brigham Young sent a letter to Ira Hinckley asking him to leave his home in Colville and travel 220 miles south to supervise the construction of this fort. In a decision that would change his and his family's lives forever, Ira responded that he was prepared to go and would leave on the appointed day. So Ira and his wife Adelaide and their kids came and built the fort and lived here for the next decade. Although the fort was built to provide safety for travelers during the Black Hawk Indian War, it was never attacked. Certainly in part because of its unique, solid construction, but Ira and his family also made friends with the natives, trading with them and even employing them in the fort.
Yeah, the only time they ever heard a gunshot was from 2 little boys playing with a gun.
Now, the thing that I love about Cove Fort is that you so often hear about like really tragic pioneer stories where everybody died of some disease. But with this one, this is actually a really good story. You know, because the Hinkleys had great relationships with the natives. People loved coming here. There were never any battles, never any wars. And that family feeling extends to today. Because every time I've come here with my kids, they've had a great experience. And that's not always the case, you know, because they get bored or whatever. But with this, I don't know, it just resonated with them too. And they've always had just a great time here at the fort. Now you can see that's actually a lock box that they would have kept the mail in. And it's right next to the telegraph office. You can hear it. Let's go through here. Or I guess we can't. Let's go back around and then go in there. All right, so the telegraph office. So the dude would sit in here and use Morse code. What else would you call him? What would you call him, the guy who did the telegraph thing? Oh, there it goes. Is this, oh, this is the kitchen area, right?
One person milked like 60 cows a day.
Was that one of the boys or the girls?
Girls.
The girls did?
Yeah, the girls milked the cows.
All right, Sam, what is that right there?
I think that makes butter.
It does make butter. Good call.
And it would be horrible to be the youngest person in Cove Fort.
Why?
Because when you took a bath, you'd always be the last person to take the bath and you'd always use the same water, so it'd be super cold.
All right, what is unique about the boys' room?
Well, it has a trap door.
Okay, this is cool. This was one of the guest rooms because obviously this was like a hotel. This is a travel point. This was Brigham Young's favorite room.
I wish we lived in Cove Fort.
Well, we've got one more stop on our tour of Utah history, but we're gonna toss to our trailhead adventure.
I'm Reece at your leisure at Willard Bay State Park, where the wildlife guys are catching dozens of walleye. It's a 3-year-old project designed to improve fishing not only here, but in lakes around the state. And for you anglers, don't worry, they're gonna put these fish back. It starts on the lake, where biologists are pulling in lots of big walleye trapped in gill nets. The fish are quickly extricated from the nets and kept alive in big tubs full of water.
About 3 years ago, we started this program where we're trying to make triploid walleye. We do make a few, which are sterile fish.
Triploid means the fish have 3 sets of chromosomes instead of 2, making them sterile. So why do they want sterile fish that are unable to reproduce?
We use a sterile fish in a lot of our waters so that we can control the numbers. It helps prevent people from moving a fertile fish that would start a population somewhere else that we really don't want it.
Yeah. These toothy carnivores can raise havoc with trout lakes and in waters with endangered fish.
Like a Red Fleet Reservoir out by Vernal. It drains into the Green River, and there's a lot of endangered species there, and they have enough trouble as it is without another predator in there after them.
Sterile walleye are less likely to be a problem in those sensitive waters.
Even if they escaped from Red Fleet and got into the Green, it wouldn't be a population of walleye that's growing and devouring all those native species. So
These monster walleye are just now heading into the spawning season. The biologists want to intercept them and hijack their cargo. They'll spawn the females, taking an amazing number of eggs.
Last year we averaged 52,000 and change eggs per female.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. It's quite a few.
The eggs are then fertilized with semen or milt from male walleye, and the process begins. The eggs will be hatched at the hatchery with a much higher success rate than if the eggs were laid in the reservoir.
So if they're left to hatch in the wild, the eggs would be just laid straight on the bare rocks out there in the reservoir, and other fish are going to come and eat them, so very few in the wild are going to survive.
It's anywhere from 50 to 70% success in the hatchery. The eggs to be sterilized are washed and poured into a special cylinder. The cylinder then goes into a pressure chamber and brought up to 9,500 pounds per square inch for 10 minutes. The eggs have a second copy of DNA that would normally be ejected from the nucleus of the cell, but
under pressure it has nowhere to go, so you end up with 3 pairs of chromosomes. So that makes the fish sterile.
the entire process is done here at the lake, each step timed to the second to ensure success. Here nothing is left to chance.
Daily we bring fresh water from the hatcheries to keep on the eggs and stuff so we're not contaminating those or the hatchery that we're going to take them to.
Sterile fish can be stocked in more lakes around the state where they won't cause problems. And that's good news for fishermen and fish eaters.
I myself haven't ever fished for them, but I've eaten them plenty of times and they're amazing.
Walleye are a very popular game fish, especially this time of year, and this project aims to make that fishing even better. Reece Stein at your leisure at Willard Bay State Park.
Sea-Doo introduces the newest ways to explore the water. Load up all your gear. Catch some rays, grab a bite to eat, crank up some tunes, and tons more. Every day we just go, baby, don't go. Every day we just go. Sea-Doo, escape the everyday. Every day we just go.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Our Trailhead segment today is sponsored by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. That's that great place where you can order all kinds of accessories for your ATV or your motorcycles, and you'll ship it right to your door. Just go to the RockyMountainATVMC.com website.
Meet the new leader in off-road utility, the completely reinvented Ranger XP1000. It's got the most power, the largest towing capacity, the highest ground clearance, and the best comfort and storage. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP1000, the hardest working, smoothest riding Ranger ever built.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Well, we promised you one more destination, and here we are. This is Camp Floyd. It's one of those little hidden gems that not a lot of people know about, but there's a ton of history here. We actually got a chance to talk to Chuck, one of the rangers, and he gave some pretty cool details about what took place here in and around the Civil War. How about we find out more?
Camp Floyd is one of the best kept secrets in Utah. It's a little out of the way because Brigham Young didn't want the Army anywhere near Salt Lake City. In 1857, a newly elected President James Buchanan believes that the territory of Utah is in rebellion against the United States. And there really is no rebellion going on. But it will force the establishment of Camp Floyd with 1/3 of the entire United States Army. And they'll be here for 3 years. The camp was torn down just after or just prior to the Civil War, so there's really not a whole lot of original stuff left. We have our commissary building here, which is the only surviving structure of Camp Floyd. And from that, we have artifacts from the diggings of Dr. Dale Berger of Brigham Young University that were done in the 1980s and 1990s. We also have our Stagecoach Inn. John Carson built that inn. He came here in the early 1850s, and he came with 4 of his brothers, and they're going to establish a new settlement. Riders on the Pony Express ate meals there. People traveling on the Overland Stage, they slept there. We have what we call the Johnson's Army program. It's kind of geared towards scouts. So we bring them in, we enlist them in the Army. They'll hear the story about Camp Floyd, and they sleep overnight. And they'll actually earn their American Heritage Merit Badge. They get a chance to fire a real musket. They learn to march and drill like the soldiers back then.
Of course, to learn more about the Civil War and about American history, which many times in today's school, they don't spend adequate time, I don't believe, doing it.
You learn how to be a Civil War soldier.
Learn how to make these. Those are cartridges. They're black powder.
We have 3-day history camps for kids 8 through 11 for day camp, and they'll even get a chance to fire a real musket, and they learn about the history of the Utah War and the American Civil War.
Now, if you want to find out more about the Johnson's Army program that they have here, which is pretty cool, just go to the Camp Floyd website. They'll have all the details of when those events take place. Now, we're just about out of time for today's episode of At Your Leisure. We're going to have our giveaway winner and our calendar of events here in just a second, but first, let's take a look at the next episode of AYL.
What happens when you play hide and seek with a paintball gun with a bunch of adults? It gets pretty messy, and we're going to take you into the middle of it next week. How have these indoor arenas changed into intricate destinations for all ages? Find out once you strap on your gear and prepare for an alien invasion. From there, we'll find out about one East Coast children's camp that is merging outdoor adventure with the arts in some unique ways.
We've had a lot of fun today hitting these historic sites, and they're not really that far away, and they are everywhere. You can go to almost any corner of the state and you can find these spots, so take some time and do it with your family. Well, right now we got, just real quick, we have 2 events to talk about. April 27th and 28th at the Southtown Expo Center is the Salt Lake Off-Road Expo. We're going to be down there. You can check out all of the gear, everything that you could possibly want. That is going to be a great event. Then on May 16th through the 19th is the Beaver County ATV Jamboree. This is the first annual event. This is an area not a lot of people have explored, so get down there for this jamboree. You'll really enjoy it. Now, real quick, we've got this week's giveaway winner. Zack Cipriano has that for us.
And here we have Scott demonstrating the proper way to apply an AWL sticker onto one's Jeep. Congratulations, Scott, you're our winner.
Congratulations to our giveaway winner, and for the rest of you, get out to some of these historic sites. They are all over the state, they're easy to find, and you will learn a ton. We had just a great time, and you will too, I guarantee. Well, as we always say, get out there and create your own adventure at your leisure.
Back for your kids.
Stop on our tour of Utah history, but we're going to toss.
You're okay. You okay?
Website,